Might it happen? Was it the option of choice that facilitated the surface first? With refound lucidity of a divine, dreamy way things are going nowadays, I can't get much higher than this. We both excel, accompanied by various hilariously irreplaceable moments, patience and its gloomy conclusion for what was destined to be heard loud and clear. Notwithstanding criticism from the manipulative syndicate, the love had suddenly reappeared, and dreary it was not. Writing about what I think you thought, all throughout this disorderly way of accepted wisdom. Abandoned promises that stimulated whatever it is you thought to think right then and there with a confident, enthralled strut in his step. What did it take to bring your energy around here? Words that connect an inner and outer circle, monitored closely, never knowing who's really who, but I know who you are, traveling a near journey but far from each other once. Never to happen again if you and me can help it. Once we were selfish, shouts good but cautious, going off sensitive instincts. I do believe precious time was wasted, given another chance to make the best of it. We're absolutely perfect, shining blindly in the darkest regions of existence. The fact is, it's malpractice, attempting to figure out how this network obtains access to secret interactions. They're all in on it, aren't they? Market the worst, so it's not much of a loss when they burn out, focusing on the next shooting star. Pulsatingly hot from the path to the club parking lot, its complexity within is amazing. Intricate, fundamentally circulating throughout your veins, bleeding inexplicable, unadulterated, repugnant misery. It's how it goes in the intimacy quarry. We're bankrupt and distraught. Aren't my garments non-toxic without a charmless, vibrant bracelet around my wrist? A splendid, dented surrender to a princess, wearing a couple of dazzling diamond earring seahorses. Been in love, coming back around with an articulated, misinterpreted, beloved homecoming run-in, but you didn't know my impact then. Deluded in the crowd, I watched you go and come back without being able to get backstage. It's you I see when I close the lids on these lookers of his inner kid. A prophet, flip it, returning with a profoundly outsmarted future feature in a dark dream setting, surrounded by silence with my head down. Emulate that her fingers go frozen, a poet and don't I know it. Lower the merriment, proliferating the invisible burden. Above game that remains, that doesn't mean much now, does it? Below it, during midnight's climax, excluded my music for an angel's wing blueprint. Amusing if anyone enjoys losing, wearing torn down, worn out, thrifty sweater sleeves with a tie for every day of the week. A familiar pet peeve evaporating into substantially large sky outlets, nonetheless inner key, dressed properly always. A decrease in interest over friends who have trouble admitting things are not so common. Sunset, silhouetted, pirouette, perplexed, meetings, mad truth, stretch. Fact is, it's malpractice in the eyes of the classified. Nobody else could have taught you better with a his and her story in the midst of all its brilliance. Who we are to become in the long run, with fun going on at the right time in the right places. We became each other's favorite faces and they fit astoundingly exclusive. Forgiven by love's wounded other half, but perfectly not fine by me. Long-lasting last dance across the hallway. Pardon our heartache, an uncalled for falling in the marmalade canopy, protocol reference to detain the senses and recollection of the message and the consequence. Submitting an entry to becoming empty is what I was asking for accidentally. I simply said the word and it disappeared with no worries. The best kept secret, a higher ground sound that comes from within, unseen but felt, creating itself, a thought to think about, getting wary, breathing barely, a commute to be present in the present, awaiting freedom's forthcoming assumptions, embodied in flesh, skin, origin, data to locate trust within me again, perceive incentives to leave, flee from where the sun wakes up when it really never came down to fall asleep. He was busy gathering support to continue the progress after the coffin, a collection of death-defying manuscripts. A high-grade artwork was overly impressive, nevertheless unusually related, choosing your company's prominence, underneath and utterly, suffocating its name, arriving fashionably late, mingled in the mix and just about got nothing out of it. Like I always say, to make sense is to live dead.